Okay, and this is Toda from Blues Guitar Beginner, and with another topic today for the Blues Guitar Beginner. And this one's about the A blues guitar, A blues guitar, blues guitar scales, any shape, any box. And today we're going to talk about the doing the A blues scale from the chordal tone standpoint, the chordal tone technique. So in a previous video we talked about the home arpeggio. This time we're going to take the blues scale, and here it is again, and we're just going to take the notes out of that scale, and just a quick revision. There's the A blues scale, the tab for it. A on D7 with finger 3, C on G5 with finger 1, D on G7 with finger 3, E flat on G8 with finger 4, E on B5 with finger 1, G on B8 with finger 4, and A on E5 with finger 1. And what we're going to do is just take the notes out of this scale, right? Because we don't want to play them all the time. And what we're trying to do is, in the previous video we focused on getting the home sound. This time we're still doing home, but we're going to add another dimension to it. So we're thinking about our progression, right? A, D, A, D, D, A, E, D, A, E, right? The 12-bar blues. And so rather than just playing all the notes in the scale all the time, we can just pull the notes out of the scale that are relevant to each chord change. So whenever there's an A being played, we're going to play an A on D7. We're going to play an E on B5, and we'll either bend up, we might bend up G7 to bend up to sound the same as E5. We're going to use a G on B8 with our fourth finger, and A on E5 with our first finger, and we'll bend this note up to that note also. So then those notes look like this. Here's A, here's E, and here's G, and there's A. At the moment we're leaving C out, that's a sharp 9. So we want to just keep this just to the 7ths. A, E, G, A, right? So there's the E bending the D7, bending up to E, G7 bending up to the E on B5. And B8, G on B8 bending that up to A. Okay, so that the notes in A against the A, E, G, A, G, E, A. Now the notes against the D chord are going to be these ones. A on D7 with our third finger, C on G5 with our first finger, and A on E5 with our first finger. And we'll probably use this C up here that's on E8, and we'll use our fourth finger there. So those are the notes out of the blues scale that are part of the D chord, and so we'll be highlighting those notes. And then with the E chord, we will use these two notes. Just E on, this should be B5, right? E on B5 with our first finger, and D on G7 with our third finger, and we'll bend that one up as well. So let me just walk you through that. Here's A, so we're going to be playing A, G, E, and A against the A7 chord. Against the D7 chord, we'll be playing D, C, A, A. Sometimes we might play the C up here on E8. So that's D, C, and A. And then for the E chord, we'll just be using E and D. Okay, we'll ignore the G at the moment, that's a sharp 9, so we're just restricting ourselves to 7ths. Right, it's either the 1, 3, 5, or 7 of a chord. So A, G, E, A against A7. D, C, A against D7. And E and D against E7. So let's kick this thing up with just the chords, and we can do this all by ourselves with our backing tracks and stuff. So we've got A, D7, A, A7, D, C and A, A7, E7, D7, A7, E7, A7, D7, A7, D7, E7, sorry, A7, E7, D7, A7, E7, last one, A7, D7, A7, A7, dog 7, A7, E7, D7, A7, E7, A7, so there we are. We just took around the chordal tones out of the blues scale and just solid with those over the changes, and that's another simple way of breaking up the blues scale, keeping the sound and keeping the changes, and so not kind of running up and down ladders, nowhere in particular. So in this particular technique, we were there resolving to the notes the chordal tones out of the blues scale for the chords we're using in the key of A. So without any further that ends this video, and this has been the A Blues Guitar Scales, bringing you the chordal tones approach for the blues guitar beginner. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you around and about again. Thanks for watching.